It's your boy Anthony Peso, man. Icebreakers.
It's your boy Trill.
And we are pulling up right now to see my boy Big J. They already in here getting to work. Will dropping that dope in my bag. No, I'm playing. Hey man, we don't do that. Right? No drugs. Don't do drugs. What's happening? It's your boy Anthony Peso.
It's your boy Trill.
Representing Icebreakers podcast show, brought to you by Shelly Liqueur, straight out of Arizona. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit them links in the description.
Follow and subscribe.
Make sure you hit the notification.
Yeah. Yeah. Blue cheese, drip. Blue cheese, drip. Blue cheese, drip.
It's your boy Anthony Peso.
It's your boy Trill.
Representing the Icebreakers.
Got blue cheese all in the zip. Might vape, might dab a little bit. Keep a 15 and know how to split. Hold up, let me dust the crumble off my ascot. Give my team another dub with the last shot. Known to run these numbers up, this is clutch season. At times I like to blow a bag just for no reason. I'm dripping and skating and ghosts. My change up keeps you out of focus. The ocho, the ocho, the ocho. Only understand commas and these decimals. I need extra O's. I roll my vegetables. And these links on my neck drip liquid gold. This is God, me finesse, then me got exposed. Everything that I touch, automatic go. Blue cheese, drip.
Yeah, this is dope, man. Yeah. That's the family crest right there now.
Yeah.
2020. Cool. Right on. What's up? It's your boy Anthony Peso, Mr.com with the Icebreakers, Big J in the building. Got my man Josh right here. We have Mrs. Big J. Hello. My girl be rocking like the Peso and stuff. Dude, it just like, it does something, you know?
Nah, I like that, man. I seen it on your car, too. I seen the little signature on your car.
Oh, yeah, so like,
It was like a nice touch.
I just like recently had got into, well, like, you know, so I make music and stuff, and usually I'll pay somebody to do like the little thumbnails and stuff, but like times are hard right now. So like I started learning graphic art, you know what I mean?
Good.
And so yeah, my boy got the print, you
Yeah.
know, so we just freaking do our thing.
Yeah.
You know, we print up whatever we want.
Yeah.
And we brand it like that. And the last one was like, I like this one better. The last one was just way big. Graphics guy had made them too small for my boy's race car. He does them figure eights.
Yeah.
And so instead of putting those two on his race car, I ended up putting them on the back of the Challenger. But like, they're big though, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, but it was cool. The dealership, they got them off. But the dude hit me on Snapchat. It's like, yo, you still in this car? So yeah, man, yo, Philanthropy comes in a lot of forms, bro. Yeah. Straight up, much respect.
Yeah,
I was jamming through the IG like just before I rolled out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh, dude, this is in line with what we do.
Bro, it's like
sure.
crazy because I didn't even think about life the way I do now until I got into barbering. But once I got into barbering, like I can relate to everybody's story. Like I don't care what they're saying, same drive. So
Yeah.
we all got like the story to tell, man. So that's what's dope about it.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, honestly, like it was like I kept screwing up like a lot of my like I didn't even go to the front, you know what I'm saying? And like my kid now, you know, like he'll come up to me, he plays Fortnite and stuff, and he'll be like, "Hey dad, they're asking me if I can boot somebody if I know IP addresses." I'm like, bro, let me tell you right now, I've been arrested a lot, and like you don't want to start doing that. I was like, that's a whole different level of thugging. Like, and he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "It's called white collar crime." He goes, "What?" I was like, yeah, there's levels to it. That was the first kind of real. I mean, I have real conversations with him, but like that was like I peeled the onion a little more. So, but yeah, nah, man, it's cool. But yeah, anytime I get a chance to teach like the younger crowd like some stuff, man, I always try to pass that knowledge.
Man,
so they ain't got.
That's what's good about like our industry, especially because like literally like I was like on the fence whether I wanted to be like a behavioral health tech. Yeah. Because I didn't know if you could get that with felonies, and then like because I wanted to change I wanted to help people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And barbering was able to let me do best of both worlds. Like I don't need a BHT to to do this. Like I could just talk to you and spit my knowledge and my game that I got.
I'm gonna stop y'all there. Y'all wasting up.
We get, hey man, we getting into it. I'm gonna load this thing right quick.
It's like I believe in God, so you know, Paul wanted to basically preach in the Colosseum, right?
Yeah.
But God had a different plan for him, you know, and so he was locked up, handcuffed to different guards at all hours of the day.
Yeah.
But so he ended up preaching to each guard, but not only that, he wrote the majority of the Bible being locked up, which is in return spread, and he was able to reach more people that way than at the Colosseum, if you think about it from that perspective, you know?
Yeah.
So in reality, he had a plan of his own and didn't get to do it, but instead, God had a different plan, but that reached more people in the end than what he wanted.
Yeah, which is
So behind the chair, you can kind of reach those people, same thing, talk to them.
And constantly, man, like it could be a kid that's barely first haircut, or it could be an old man who's had his 150th haircut. You know what I'm saying? So like we always have a chance to, and it feels good when you could teach somebody or share your knowledge or your experiences with, especially like older people, and they could like, man, I never looked at life like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's a great feeling for me, and then that's like it helps motivate other people to like do what we're doing, you know what I'm saying, in the industry. And that's what we want to do. We want to be the change that we want to see, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, I think everything everything that we go through in life brings us to like the point that we're at. And like for a time, there was a time like I was raised in the church, and like I read, it was like in English class, the word hypocrisy. And as soon as I learned that, it was like, damn, I'm seeing everything being hypocritical around here, and I ain't liking it. So it actually it stopped me from going to church for a while until like I found the spot where it was like come as you are, and then that just, once I moved out here, that continued that whole same sort of deal. But yeah, and like the whole mission is like Paul was doing was God wants you to go to where like people need
you,
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that could be scary. It looks scary to people from the outside.
But that's what our goal. I think that's what my goal is to help bridge that gap so it's not so scary. You know what I'm saying? Because people are always so scared of me. Like I walk in a building, people look at me, they're like, man, this dude's all big ass tatted up. Like we're out of here. Like, you know what I mean? But now I'm able to like, if I could show people what I'm doing, and when I tell people what I'm doing, especially when they sit in my chair, they're scared to tell me if they don't like, can I get a lineup? Like, and I'm like, man, like I got you. Like you don't got what you're scared for.
Bro, they be looking for the razor blades.
But you know, like now when I tell them what I'm doing, they feel way more comfortable, and that's like what I want people to do. I don't want people to be afraid of it, and then I want people to understand that there's a lot of people that come from the hood that's like me, that are good people. You know what I'm saying? That we ain't, not all of us. That whether you did time or not, none of that matters at the end of the day. Like, you know, what matters is what you got inside and what you're doing with your life. You know what I'm saying?
Josh, you want to tell them your story again?
Yeah, you know, I grew up in Phoenix. You know, I lived in South Phoenix and stuff, and you know, my dad was a drug addict. My mom can't read or write; she didn't work, so I worked. And took care of my sister and my family, but we were homeless a lot. We lived in motels and on the street. You know, I cleaned up in a park. I was going to lock myself in the bathroom, and I sold a pair of clippers because I couldn't afford a haircut, so I started cutting my own hair. And you know, I had 2 jobs, but I did, you name it, I have done it. And I know I might not look like it now, but but I did. And you know, and honestly, I was arrested many times, and one of the last times I was supposed to go away for a very long time, and I didn't, and there was a reason for it, and so that day I literally changed my life. And I literally had to separate myself from anything that was negative, that wasn't going to be positive anymore, because I realized that everything that I was doing, no matter how much money I was making on the side or whatever I was doing, it was going to attorneys, it was going to all these, it was going away. I had nothing to show.
Like hustling backwards.
You know, it was. And then they're like constantly looking over your shoulder, you know, like especially where you live, you know, I lived and stuff, you know, it was different, you know, and I rode the bus every day, you know, or different things, and so I just decided to change, and that's how hair was good for me, and learning, I actually enjoyed it when I started doing my friends and learning how to fade and do all that.
Right.
I enjoyed it, so it was something, and so I had no mentors. My parents were good examples. I had nobody. I had a few older OGs that were, spit some knowledge to me that would help me, and I took, they had some great knowledge for me, but there was other things they didn't have, so I had to learn. So I want to help those.
Right.
There's, you just got to help yourself too. Like sometimes you can complain or vent about what you don't have, but that doesn't get it for you either. So complaining about it and being, like for me, I was in the same struggle everybody else was. Like, oh, we don't have anything. We don't, all these things. But at the same time, that wasn't getting it either. But the picture sometimes, like I was telling Jay, is like, it seems too overwhelming to even start. Like you have this dream or you have this and you want to do it, be a rapper or whatever it be, right? It seems so overwhelming. But you have to take that baby step and start it. Yeah. Because if you don't start it, it'll be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and you're still like, man, I still want to do that. But you could have already had it maybe, or been closer to it if you just start.
Yeah, it's like just chip that boulder. You know what I'm saying? It's that whole like theory of, and that's like that's just straight up. Like, because when you're going through like all that court stuff and you got your paperwork, right? Yeah. And it's like, damn, you want me to do all that in 2 years or whatever it is, right? When I get out. And it's like, well, just start with the stuff you can do. You know what I'm saying? Stay in communication, transfer that from that life into like your life now. And man, similar, like when I lived in Atlanta, like I came up during like after 9/11 and it was just a wreck. And then things got better and then the housing market out here, wreck. So like, dang, we done seen 3 recessions, you know what I'm saying, since 2000. And I used to be that dude selling the freaking cologne and perfume, going to door, knocking, hey, this is Dixie Home Crafters, can I set you an appointment for getting your windows measured out, estimates and stuff? Oh dude, I did it all. I feel you, bro.
I think that's what it takes to make it, and I think that's like the message right there is that it doesn't matter what you do, just keep doing it. Just keep doing something. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Just keep laying a brick, like Will Smith said. Like you lay one brick at a time and lay that brick good. So if you're selling perfumes or then sell those perfumes the best on the block, and then if you switch and start doing windows and wash windows the best on the block, because sooner or later all those experiences are going to pay off, and they're all going to build you this foundation of who you really need to be in life and how to be successful in the industry that you end up choosing. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, so barbering is like what I love to do. Hair is what we love to do. So that's where we found our niche, and now we can just put all the past experiences that we learned, and whether it be, because I done did it all too. You know what I'm saying? Everything, man. So like, and I got that hustler mentality too. So like, I'm gonna go out and get it no matter what.
When you make money off of something that you build, you know what I'm saying? Like that feeling right there is like, to me, it's a high. Like I'm dang, like when you cultivate something and you actually go to pay your T-Mobile or your Verizon or whatever it is.
You take care of it better. It's like, I didn't have shoes as a kid, or I didn't have my first pair of Nikes till whatever age, right? So I never had shoes. I wore them out. I wore Payless, XJ 900s or whatever they were. Winner's Choice. So when I finally got shoes, and people, every day, I have them. I have a lot of shoes now, and I take care of them. People are like, oh, are those like brand new out of the box? I mean, I'm wiping them down, toothbrushes, everything is clean. I make sure, because I take care of it. The same thing with once you, like, whatever you struggle with and you build that, you're going to take better care of it too. It's not, if it's just, if you don't earn it, then.
I'm telling my kids, I'm like, hey, it was just like, 4 or 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying? We're busting it, Glendale to downtown Phoenix. So, hey, and that's the other thing is the fear of, it's like fight or flight sort of syndrome. The fear of like going backwards is what like makes me be like, I could be up till like 3 o'clock in the morning editing and doing something, and that's 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, bird chirp, I'm like, boom, red-eyed and everything. Exactly. Time to get it.
Well, I feel like if you don't, you look at it later on and you're like, that time I wasted playing video, there's nothing wrong with playing video games things, but like, you could use that time to maybe take those baby steps towards whatever you're trying to accomplish. And then if it feels better, then, because otherwise the night goes on or the day goes on, whatever it is you're doing, or Netflix series or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that either. But sometimes if you use that time to grind and figure things out, then those baby
It's
steps.
gonna pay off.
You know,
and if you put forth like the whole Corona, like a lot of people complaining about it, but when you come from where I come from, it's a blessing, bro. Like everything's paused, so yeah, I get to catch up. Like I get to catch up, so I get my website going. I'm getting merchandise made. I'm like trying to like.
Because there's a lot. There's always something to do.
And you over here, and you're doing them shirts and you know what I mean, printing stuff. Like those are that's what you need. That's what you need to do.
Technology going
that's what's
on.
gonna set you. That's what's gonna set you further. And that's what to me, that's what my message is to people, man. Don't just don't stop moving. Just keep moving. Like if you know what I mean, just don't just sit there and just lay there and be like, man, why is my life?
You
like
ever
this?
watched that movie with Ben Affleck? I forget the other kid, called Boiler Room.
Yeah. Oh,
action creates reaction. He was like, action creates reaction. Get on up here, why don't y'all sell it? Blah blah blah. And it was just like, dude, I saw that, and it was just like, that's dope. I think at that point I became an Affleck fan. I was like,
I love that movie.
right.
Teach you how to sell on that movie.
Dude, don't he? He was just, dude.
You can't sell anything. You watch Boiler Room.
Right. If you're having issues talking to people, spend a day with Boiler
I think
Room.
they do that. I think they have that in like places too.
Yeah.
Right, dude. Like them telemarketing spots.
Like they'll show clips of it. To people, like just get you amped up.
I worked at MCI as a second job selling
I remember
long distance for like 8 cents a minute, and that was the first thing they made us watch was like Boiler Room, and they had us. I mean, on the phone. I'm like, can I speak to so and so? And they'd be like, no, they're not available. I'm like, and I keep asking, I'm like, well, I need to. When can they be back?
Are you
They're not. And they'd be like, well, they're not. I'm like, Grid 9, Sector 7 just went down. Like, I need to speak to Mr. Sullivan. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, Grid 9, Sector 7. Do you know what it is? Can you handle Grid 9, Sector 7? They're like, no, let me get him on the phone. And then they get him on the phone. They're
I'm sure there's some federal laws on that now.
Yeah. Oh no, they're like, well, what's Grid 9 Sector 7? I'm like, well, what it is simply is the long distance rates have lowered to 8 cents a minute, and then I'll go into the speech, but it's just all about how to get that person on the phone.
Dude, I ran my mama's phone bill up to like $300 one time, and she's who jump started my credit in a negative way. But I was like, she's like, oh yeah, did you get that from that credit, like Discover card from college?
Yeah, see, that's another thing too that me and my wife been trying to do is we're trying to get my kids to have good credit. That's another thing that I'm before they even turn to become 18, man, I'm trying to have them as authorized users on my card, and get them to be in a successful position to where I wasn't in. Nobody did that for me. I mean, people was putting cable bills and phone bills and shit in my name.
That's what my parents did.
In the hood, that's how they were selling social security numbers for your taxes,
your kids
and all that stuff. Oh my god.
A lot of people did that, man.
Speaking of the credit thing, there was a gap with income generating, not just like a gender thing, but like when it comes to like minorities or just people that just didn't have access to it. Because it ain't necessarily, obviously, right? It's not a one fit shoe, but like in general, it seems to always be that. But like I just wasn't taught that. It was crazy because like my mom's credit was always dope. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like my dad's credit was always dope. And it was like, well, you know, how come I never got taught that?
Well, and society sometimes glorifies the different life too, get rich or die trying, and things like that is glorified sometimes at times when, maybe we should be glorifying small businesses and other things that are working, doing other things, because not everybody turns into 50 Cent, and things like that, which is great, but I mean, there needs to be, sometimes when you put so much focus on that, people want to mimic that, and so.
It's just, you have to live your life the best that you could live it in the way that, like, my higher power is God, the way that God intended you to do it. Because, like, He honestly, I don't believe that He wanted for us to, like, struggle. He'll put you through those things so you learn. You know what I'm saying? Like any father would do a child. But, like, when it comes to, like just enjoying life, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're dying, like, I think that, like, this is what we're here for. We're here to show others how to be able to get to it and be successful and keep it and then pass it on. When this recession came, I hate to say it, I freaked out, but like I was better prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Which is like inevitable. When you go through one, you're gonna come out the next one a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
like you got war wounds, and you just kind of know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But where not to spend money at, and just kind of how to tighten up on certain things, and where to grow at.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole COVID thing, actually, we're getting mixed answers on that. Like, some people are doing really well. Some people are like, you know, can 2021 come around? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to me, it's we're doing good. We're doing good. I mean, it could be better. It's not like booming like normal, but I mean, it's what you make it. At the end of the day, like if you're just depending on like an employer to help you pay your bills, like and give you hours, then you ain't gonna. It's not. You're gonna fall apart. But if you're out here like really like trying to figure out how to make this, you know, how to make ends meet. There's so many different things that you can be learning to do. There's a lot of opportunity.
There's so much opportunity. I mean, like, you're in here, you know what I'm saying? People got to stock these shelves, you know what I'm saying? There's a supplier that comes and does this stuff.
I mean, just for example, like his, these are his own products. Like, these are all his own products. So he has hair conditioning, pomades.
Oh, dope.
This is his brand, and he makes, you know, he makes this stuff like, and this is some things that people that are in our industry could be doing yourself from home. You can be getting organic products and kind of engineering your own products.
Good.
You know, I mean,
Tie hold low shine. Hey y'all, we're gonna as usual, goes without saying, make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you hit that bell, make sure you hit like, share this. I want to make sure y'all have contact information. When he was telling me, he was like, 'cause I was like, yo, send me some stuff, like just like a IG or something, so I could see what's happening, boom, boom, boom. And like each time I would like go check my kids. So finally I like was able to open it and like really peruse through, and I was just like, boom, boom. I was like, okay. And then Fit popped up on the IG.
Win with Fit.
Is that what it is? Where you're doing? Basically, it's philanthropy. But I thought it was like maybe cutting for community.
Oh yeah,
like that,
Win with Fit.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Win with Fit is who with Gallimore and all of them. Actually, one of his employees here is the one that put me on with him, because Gallimore gets his hair cut over there. Gallimore that's his name on IG. He is like they work at the rec center in the projects where I used to sell dope.
Okay.
Right. It just like happened to be. It's in the Posse projects over there on 18th Street in Van Buren.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. If I say Luke.
Yeah. And so like he hit me up. Was like, bro, we need like people to come shop here. I'm like, bro, where's it at? Send me the address. I'm like, bro, that's in the hood. I'm not from that hood, but like I'm from.
You can walk in there. You can grab your barbecue piece of chicken on the way into cutting hair.
And so like, you know, so when I
blooper.
So when we walk in there, like it's like we basically what we do is we cut the kids' hair for free, and like in the community. And what I like about Win with Fit, man, they work out. So their thing is working out. That's their niche, right? So they work out with the community for free. They do it at South Mountain. They do it in the East Side. They do it all over. They work with Section 8, HUD housing, and the Chief of Police. And they work with, and they have conversations before this Black Lives Matter stuff was going on. Before it happened, before all these riots and stuff went on, what happened was like Gallimore and them already had an open line of communication with them, with the Chief of Police, and they would meet with these people.
I like Jerry Williams. I've never met her, but I've seen her at Mrs. White's. Over there. She's a stand-up gal. You know?
So she's in the community with these people, and then like who would have known, like when I'm in there, that's like meant a lot to me to go do that, because like I used to sell dope. I used to do dope in those projects. And so like when I'm like going in there as like with my barber box, like I'm looking at it in a whole different light. Like this isn't like, this isn't home. This is like, I'm here to help. Like, and like all of the community that I might have helped destroy, you know what I'm saying, or been a part of like the problem, now I'm in there being able to like help those kids out. So like, it's dope. Win with Fit does that all the time, man. They do all kinds of different events. And that's what I like. I really like doing a lot of events with them.
Are the cuts, are they once a year, like
No. See, that's the reason. That's the main reason why I like Win with Fit, man, because they have their center in the projects. You know, like every projects or whatever, they have like a rec center.
Yeah.
they're the ones that their faculty is. They're the ones that run that center.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Juices, chips,
candy,
chips,
chips,
kids,
everything.
all that good
That's
stuff. Yeah.
so, like that's what we do every single. That's what it is. So then like they basically do it every month.
Okay.
And they get like different barbers, but with everything going on,
Yeah.
we haven't been able to.
Yeah,
but
well, understandably too.
Yeah,
You know.
but it's a good thing, man, that they do for the community, and it's cool that we can bring everybody involved, like in different aspects, whether it be food, whether it be working out, whether it be resources for families, whether it be haircuts, because those haircuts, man, you know them kids, some of these kids they ain't even.
Bro,
they probably ain't even ate
like,
that day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like it's my dad was always like, even after like my parents split, was always like coming up to the school and just doing that kind of, so I do the same thing with my kid. If I'm not doing anything, I'll pop up on him or something like that. But like, you could tell certain children that don't have that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're like, hey, what's happening, Peso? I heard you on the radio, whatever. It's just like, oh, what's happening? It's like, they say blue cheese drip. I'm like, hey, man, don't get on. You know? Shh. But yeah, like, it's access to mentorship. I mean, because, like, whether they thought of it like that or not.
It is.
Right. Because when you're sitting there in the chair, and this is how I met, like, one of my best friends, was I was going through it, man, out here in Maricopa County, Lord Jesus. Yeah. And, you know, and I was just like, I didn't want to, I rode up in my little rider bike, sat in his chair, and he just kind of, hey, so what's happening? You know what I mean? And it was just like, yeah, man, and before I knew it, it was just like, you know, I expressed all these, like, feelings that I was going through, all these things, and it was just like, to have someone to be able to talk to you about some stuff that you don't necessarily have to deal with even every day, or but just to be able to, like, you all have a skill, a personality trait, you know what I'm saying, that's amongst most barbers, where like you all can communicate to people. Yeah, that's our job, man. Like that's, to me, it's like, that's what I try to tell barbers nowadays, man. I don't care if you're nice with the clippers or not. I don't care if you're dope or not, because like at the end of the day, just do it. Just do it, because like if you got a good story, a good personality, and you know how to chop it up with people, people are gonna relate to you. People are gonna not. You could give them a bowl cut every single time, and they'll probably won't like it, but you know what I'm saying, you'll get better with time. But you know what I'm saying, if you can always keep a person in your chair by conversation and by giving them, you know, good service. So I feel blessed, man. I just got called family here at the House of Pride, man. I'm one half of the Icebreaker, boy Anthony Peso. Make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're hitting the like button, ring that bell. We got Living Trill behind the camera, man. And yeah, man, we out. I got stacks on deck. Hey, do your bad dance, do your bad dance. Yeah. Rubber band man, rubber band man. Okay. Throw a grand, throw a grand. Throw a grand, throw a grand. Yeah. Do your band dance, do your band dance. Yeah. Rubber band man, rubber band man. Work it, shout it. Yeah. Bounce it, shout it. Yeah. Move it, shout it. Yeah. Do it, shout it. Let me see that right cheek. Let me see that left cheek. Now work them both on the poach. You can ride in front of me. Got stacks on deck, bands in my hand. Up a grand, low on smoke. Some do coke. For the bathroom, I just don't know. She wanna powder her nose. VIP, we just might go. Never go solo. Got a few pros for the haters. Keep the heat close. Now she crawl on me, biting on me, grind on me. Give her a hundo, tell her bring her free. She brought 3, oh mercy me. Coming to the stage, I just got paid. Put $100 bill on stage. Break that cash like superhero. We Netflixing like Luke Cage. Show me what you working with a ass so fat she twerking it. Her girlfriend licking her lips. I could tell that she liking it. Stripping heels are clapping, that money stacking. Stay in the dressing room, practicing that side clapping. If you want this dough, then shawty, grab that pole. Bust it open, shawty, I got about 100 more to throw. Do your bad dance, do your bad dance.